Hello! I thought I would do a bit of an introductory video so that you could get to know me before you decided to go ahead and contact me about training, because personal training is very personal. It can be really difficult to find the right match with a trainer. By the way, I'm not driving. 2 hands. I just end up in the car for a lot of these talks. So hello, get used to that on the app. If you go that far and you're on the app, I often have talks about things, and I'll give you a video where I'm talking in the car because it seems to be my go-to. I am a below knee amputee. I decided to chop a foot off about 1.5 years ago after I had an accident on a dirt bike. Oopsie. My parents were right, they are dangerous. I broke both legs. I was non-weight bearing for about 4 months. I was then in 2 moon boots for like 6 weeks. It was a long process. My right foot was just ruined, was never going to work again. So I said, get rid of it. Let's get a prosthetic and let's get moving. So prior to that, I have had shoulder reco on both shoulders. One of them I had a bit of a complication and I had a frozen shoulder, which if you know what that is, I'm with ya. It's a long process. I also had a DVT blood clot in my leg that turned into bilateral PEs, so blood clots in both my lungs, which were quite large. So I've been through a process in the last few years. I have been overweight. I have been at my absolute fittest. I was prepping to compete in a bodybuilding competition when I got the blood clots in my lungs, which was after the shoulder reconstructions. And then I kind of managed to stay on top of things. I had my accident, non-weight bearing, my feet didn't work, and I put a lot of weight back on because my life revolved around food, because there was literally nothing else to do when you can't put either foot on the ground for 4 months. So I ate because I was bored and because there was nothing else to do but eat. Through this process though, I have worked around many an injury. Adapting workouts is a real passion of mine. If you've got mobility issues, chronic pain, joint issues, that sort of stuff, I love trying to find a way to make workouts work because I've been there and I know how hard it can be. I know how hard it is when just getting out of bed is painful. Getting up in the middle of the night to have to pee is a struggle because you're in so much pain. Like putting my feet on the ground before I cut my foot off was horrible. It was really painful. So I get it. And when you find a way to work around that, I know that it can bring so much joy to be able to sort of feel like you can really do something. So I'm a big fan of trying to help people find a way to make that happen. So if you're thinking that you can't work out the way you want to work out, or you can't do things, sure, maybe you can't do things like you used to, but let me help and see if we can do things a new way or find a way around it. I also understand what it's like to be overweight, to hate being in your body, to not be able to walk into a shop and buy clothes. I get it. I have been there. I will be honest, I'm currently there myself. That doesn't mean, and I have a lot of insecurities because I gained weight quickly after my accident, and I went through such a process of being, one day I'd be really, really motivated and the next day I'd be really depressed, and then motivated and depressed, and I couldn't even get out of, a wheelchair to use a toilet. I had to use a wheelchair over the toilet. I get it. And I have insecurities myself about being a personal trainer at my size, because I think that people won't want to train with me because I don't look the part, which is sad. It sucks, and it's something that I'm working on, that confidence that I don't need to look a certain way to do a certain thing, and that's something that I want to work on with my clients. I personally think that's okay. Like, let's go on the journey together. I've learned a hell of a lot, and you never stop learning. I think it's really ignorant to think that you never stop learning, or that you're the trainer and I know everything. I don't, and I learn from clients constantly, and I learn from their confidence. When a client says, oh my God, I wore a crop top to the gym today, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I love it. And that confidence gives me confidence, and I think that's what the world's about. And I know I sound a little bit wanky there, sorry, but it totally is. And at the end of the day, if people don't want to train with me because of the way that I look, then they're not the kinds of clients that I want to be training with anyway. If you want to train with somebody who looks like a bodybuilder, who is a bodybuilder, that's totally fine. That's not what I'm here for. I really want to make a difference. Mobility issues and weight loss and just finding and being happy within yourself, making real lifelong changes to be confident and happy. That's what I'm here for. But this size or not this size, I can write a program that will kill you. which is also a really, really important part of it. I promise you, even if you are doing home workouts, if you're doing home workouts, I suggest that you have a resistance band and a kettlebell at minimum. We can do so much with just those 2 items. From Kmart, you'll spend about 30 or 40 bucks, absolute max, and I can kill you with kindness with those 2 items and your body weight for workouts at home. I promise. In fact, I enjoy it a little bit, if you can tell. So yes, I obviously also do gym workouts. I love programming for the gym as well. Also really enjoy home workouts. So yes, if you want to know more, fill out my new client application on my webpage.